Trying to find the right angle here. I think it's better. Okay, hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter. I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses. Get the light better. Or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So I got a great question, and it is how do you go around the issue with cash flow? Aside from taking private money on deals, how do you get around purchasing multiple properties a month and putting in EMD, that's earnest money deposit on all of them? If you purchase 10 properties a month, that's $100,000 in just deposits. True. So a couple things. First of all, I don't do 10 deals a month. Never done 10 deals a month. I would love to. And a couple of facts. Cash flow is an issue, right? It is an issue, right? I have a lot, hundreds of thousands of dollars out right now, and it's an issue. And I know people that come to Investor Fuel and have much bigger businesses than me and also complain about cash flow. So a couple of things. You're right. Every time I'm buying a house, there's money stuck in it. But every time I sell a house, I get that money back. So in theory, right? In theory, let's say I'm doing 6 deals a month and I have to put $10,000 down for each. That's $60,000 a month. But some of those are going to wholesale within a couple of months, and I'm going to get that money back. So ideally, you're in a rotating cash flow situation. Some of your money is stuck in deals in the business. Some of it is, right? I try and get the EMD, the earnest money deposit, as low as possible, right? I've been doing a bunch of deals now at 5,000, sometimes 7,500, and I probably can get it lower if I really did it. It's probably something in my head that says that people want specific, stupidity. I probably can get less. I have a deal where I'm only put $1,000 down. That happens once in a while. But it's an issue, right? And sometimes you're going to get a deal and it's a great deal, and the seller's going to ask for $30,000 down, and it may be worth it. You got to sink your money into it, and you got to wait, and everything takes a long time. It is an issue. So I very often borrow a lot of money on individual deals, right? I'll take a hard money or a private money loan for a big chunk of it, or all of it, and then if I can't get all of it, I'll borrow a second second position lender to gap fund the difference. Because if I put $100,000 into all these deals, at some point I will go out of business. So I need to keep as much money in my account as I can, because every time I need to go into contract on something, I do need money to put it in there. But again, if I'm putting $10,000 into a deal and then I'm going to wholesale it for 40, I'm going to get $50,000 back because I get the 40 in the wholesale fee and I get $10,000 that I put down. So there should be a return on your investment, right? If the deal is decent. So it's an issue. It's a constant struggle. As in most businesses, cash flow is a struggle, right? And hopefully do enough big deals where you can have a couple of extra $100,000 in your account so that it's not a big deal. But again, the length of time between when you put your deposit down, I think a quick wholesale deal for me is like 3 months, just because it takes forever. I have a couple of deals now where the money's sitting in my attorney's account because the seller was just ridiculous. So that's what's going on. There is no easy way around it. A good line of credit that you can use is good. I have a line of credit that I use on occasion. It's not simple to take care of the cash flow issues. I'm telling you, people with much more successful businesses than me struggle with it, especially people who are buying rentals, can't always get their money out right away. Now interest rates went up. Right? Ideally, if you buy a rental, you can then refinance it 3 to 6 months later. But during that time, you still have money poured into the deal. So there is no simple answer. It depends on the situation. It's one of the reasons why a lot of people JV with me, because they don't have the money for the earnest money deposit, and I usually do. I say I always do, so I can get the deal done. But it is a struggle. There are times, I had a deal I thought was going to close tomorrow, and now I'm guessing I think it'll close before the end of the month. But that's money that I was sort of hoping to count on, to put in some other deals and do some other things with. It's a juggling act. I don't know. I really don't. Very few businesses do not have cash flow issues, and this is a business where in other states it's really no cash flow issue, because you can get under contract for $100, and then if you really get things going, you're getting money coming in with very little money coming out. But you still have to pay for marketing. You still have to pay salaries if you have a team. And the overhead is significant, right? I do have tons of software that I pay for. PropStream, Active Campaign, Easy Texting, Launch Control. There's just so many paid for. So RE Simply, my CRM that I use. there's just so many things that I pay for. And then I have a team, and I have to pay their salaries, and they have to be paid, obviously, and they can't be late. So this is a standard issue with, I would say, almost any business, right? I'd say it's worse in a lot of other businesses, right? Like to me, I would never want to have a retail establishment where I had to pay $5,000 a month rent before I get out of bed and even do one transaction, right? So my overhead is as low as I can keep it. My rent is cheap. I try and keep my overhead as low as I can, but there's still overhead, right? And there's still payroll, and there's still software things that have to be paid, and there's still new deals that have to be paid. But you hopefully have enough profit on each deal that it makes it okay. So I wish there was a simple answer to it. It's hard. The truth is, the real key is to not put put as little money as you can on each deal, right? Use other people's money for that. It's worth it to pay them interest, even if you have to pay them a percentage of the profits, and not use your own money in it, because you need your own money to keep the business going. Cash is like the lifeblood of a business. And there are times when everything's hunky-dory, you just close a couple of deals and you got tons of cash. And there are times when deals are supposed to close and it's not happening. So it's a struggle. It's not easy, but it's worth it. And certainly if you partner up with somebody like me who's going to put up the money, you don't have to put up anything. So, I mean, I hope this was helpful, but cash flow is a struggle. It is not. There is no secret answer to it. Well, maybe there is that secret answer. Maybe the secret answer is really to use as little money, as my mic, as little of your own money on deals. I know a guy, I have a good friend, and he just bought a deal and he put all his money into it. And I told him he's nuts. I told him he should have borrowed it. But people's attitude towards debt is pretty much set. I think it comes from like when you're very young. And people who don't like debt are going to avoid debt. And I think it's a huge mistake in this business to avoid debt. You should borrow every dollar on every deal that you do if you can, because your own money should be there for the emergencies where you're not going to be able to borrow, the emergencies where you're going to need money for payroll, whatever it is. And I think that if I could borrow every dollar on every deal, I would. I can't always do it. I have to use my own money on certain things, but I think it's that recipe is a recipe for success. Even though you're paying interest, there's enough profit on deals to cover that. Right? I know people who wouldn't get into the business because they didn't want to pay 10% to a hard money lender. To me, that's ridiculous. Right? If you're going to own a deal even for 9 months and pay 10% on it, if that's going to kill your deal, then it's not worth it. The first deal I ever did, I think I paid 16% with 6 points. That I got ripped off. I don't know what I was doing. But I made a ton of money on that deal, right? I had rental income coming from it, and then I sold it. I made a profit. I couldn't have done it without the hard money loan. So you have to look at debt as a tool, and you have to be accepting of debt in this business. It's certainly in New York, right? Because of the length of time that deals take, and money's going to be sitting in there. So I'd say the only real answer to it is use as much of other people's money as possible. And if anybody's interested in lending money, I'm happy to take it. Certainly, I have a couple of deals I need to get gap funded soon. You can get mid double digit returns on it, very secure, very safe. I really should post more about it to get these deals done. I have a couple of gap funders and whatever. Okay, so if you're looking to lend, I'm happy to take some money on deals and pay you, very, very, very strong secured rate of return. So I hope this was helpful. If you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in finding out more about one-on-one coaching I offer, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. If you are interested in a study at home program that I have that teaches pretty much everything I do, it's howtoflipnewyorkcourse.com. I need to change that name. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any media channel, please click the thumbs up. The likes help me because more you like it, the more people get shown it, and then the more people like it, and a lot more people will see my videos due to your thumbs up likes, so thank you. And I post 5 times a week. I don't always know what to say. This came from a request from Benny B. I don't know who you are, Benny B., but thank you for the request. So keep the requests coming. They give me thoughts, ideas on topics to cover, and I really need those because I know you probably haven't seen all my videos, but in my mind, even something I did 6 months ago, to me, it's like I just did it, and whether you saw it or not. So keep asking questions. If it's a new, I'm sorry. So if it's a simple, I try to get back to comments within a day or two. If it's something relatively simple, no, not Benny Blanco. If something simple, if it's something simple, I'll just reply with an answer. If it's something I've covered recently, I'll just send you links to a video. I sent somebody a link to a video today. Was asking me about using buyer's money for the EMD, and I did a video on that not long ago. And if it's something brand new, I'll do a new video on it. So thank you very, very much for watching. Naman, thank you.